The Vatican said on Wednesday it had denied a request from Mike Pompeo for an audience with Pope Francis, and accused the Secretary of State of trying to drag the Catholic Church into the U.S. presidential election.
Here's a summary of the article.
4-minute read, Rome. The Vatican said on Wednesday it had denied a request from Mike Pompeo for an audience with Pope Francis, and accused the Secretary of State of trying to drag the Catholic Church into the U.S. presidential election by denouncing its relations with China. The extraordinary remarks from the two top diplomatic officials at the Vatican came after Pompeo accused the Church in an article and a series of tweets this month of putting its moral authority at risk by renewing an agreement with China over the appointment of bishops. Pompeo, who was in Rome on Wednesday and due to meet Vatican officials on Thursday, repeated his denunciations of China's record on religious freedom at an event hosted by the U.S. Embassy to the Holy See. The Vatican's two top diplomats, Secretary of State Cardinal Pietro Parolin and Foreign Minister Archbishop Paul Gallagher, said Francis had declined a request from Pompeo for an audience, as the Pope avoids meeting politicians ahead of elections. The Vatican's two-year-old agreement with Beijing gives the Pope some say over the appointment of Chinese bishops. For his part, when asked at a briefing if he was picking a fight with the Vatican over China and what impact that could have on Catholic and other Christian voters, Pompeo replied, "That's just crazy." In his speech on Thursday, Pompeo did not directly address the Vatican agreement with Beijing, but he described China as the world's worst abuser of religious rights. "Nowhere is religious freedom under assault more than in China," Pompeo said.
This post received a score of 63,000, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I guess a quick photo op from Trump in front of the St. Peter's Basilica is out of the question then.
Reporter, is that St. Peter's Basilica? Trump, it's a basilica.
It's a basilisk. The greatest, people are saying.
I could have slayed a basilisk so much quicker than Harry Potter, and I wouldn't even need a special sword. Everybody knows it, believe me. I'd use my bare hands because they are so large. It would be such a strong, tremendous victory.
Muggle migrants are outside of platform 9 3/4 and we have to build a wall. I'm talking about a big magical wall. It will be a beautiful wall. Some say the greatest. We got to end sanctuary schools like Hogwarts. These blue headmasters aren't doing enough. I'll send my Dementors in and bring law and order. Law and Order of the Phoenix.
Goddamn, he should have accepted and then publicly denounced him like it's a game of CIV. This is the second best course of action, but I feel like my version is better. As a longtime Civilization player, this comment made me laugh way more than it probably should have.
You guys should check out r/Civ Politics. It's a subreddit that reports on news like if it happened during a game of Civilization. Thank you so much for this, I love it already, you are breathtaking. Glad I could share the joy with some fellow Civ fans.
Wow, working with the Catholic Church in this capacity is old-school medieval politics.
Trump literally thinks he's the Holy Roman Emperor.
I mean, it was just Germany really, lol.
Well, it also had a third of modern France, all of northern Italy and western Poland at its height, so okay.
Don't forget Belgium and the Netherlands.
And Czechia too.
Apparently there's been something of a schism between American Republican conservative Catholics and Pope Francis's Vatican. The former has been leaning hard into the general American religious right for decades, and there's a huge disconnect with the more progressive direction Francis is taking the Church. As a result, there's been an effort by some corners of U.S. conservatives to undermine the Pope whenever possible. I wouldn't be surprised if this move wasn't more of the same. Pompeo comes to Rome swinging, accusing the Pope of bowing to China and then asking for a meeting that he knows he can't get so that he can rile up the base by implying it's some sort of snub.
It's the same group of people who think Vatican II is too liberal.
Masses said not in Latin and with the priest facing the congregation and not having his back to them? The horror.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.